Well, just first thought is the opportunity to move on to the semifinals. I mean, once again, we got two great teams, and by my estimation, two teams will be playing in the NCAA tournament, and we've had two battles with them. They control the tempo, and they're it's a grind game, and they want it to be a grind game, and there's going to be 50 reps in the post. So you got to win those battles to win the war, and our guys are familiar with them. They're familiar with us. Let's go, just throw it up, let it rip.
Can you remember a guy like EK with just the physicality in the post and how hard he has to be to defend, officiate, just everything? I mean, it just seems like you guys saw it for that game in Wyoming where they just kind of decided we're just going to give him the ball every possession and either try to get a foul or try to make a bucket. And it's just got to be tough as an opposing team.
It is. It put, like you said, though, it puts a lot of pressure on everything, and their style of play does too, with how many kind of block charges they try to get involved in, and how many bodies fall down, and it's going to be, I'm glad I'm coaching and not reffing it, because that's a challenge, and you need good officials to be able to differentiate all those things, because it's a hard. But when you have, like I said, 50 reps in both posts with Maldonado and Ike, because it's not just Ike, it's Maldonado, and they're thrashing around and falling down, and so you got to do a great job with all that and handle it. And Jeff does a good job. His staff does a great job of playing to their style, and that's why they've been successful. The right guys shoot the right shots, and they all know their roles. And so every game's been close with them too, and they've won a lot of close ones. So expect nothing different. It's going to be a battle.
We've certainly talked about this a lot, but do you not even text Linder before the game and say good luck, or do you avoid all contact until post-game handshake?
We never have. None of us have. You never really do that. I mean, got a lot of friends in coaching, and we just don't.
Yeah.
You don't really do that. And but I'm happy for them. That was kind of a must. They had two must wins down the stretch, and they came away winning two close games that put them in. Probably put them in the NCAA tournament.
To have, last time I looked, they were the leading duo in the country points, Ike and Maldonado. I mean, just to have two guys like that are such heavy parts that on most nights you can pencil in for 20 points each. I mean, what kind of, I guess, luxury for them, but challenge for the opponent where it's not just one guy you're trying to stop.
Right, and that makes it more difficult. But it's not, the other thing about it is it's choose your poison, because they surround those guys with terrific three-point shooters, and if you do choose that poison, they're going to have a lot of open looks no matter how you slice it, and that they love that. So you got to mix it up, and you got to give them different looks all night, and so they don't just get real comfortable.
I know you challenged me at the about the record in the quarterfinals or all that, and I mean, it was out there and stuff, but just to win this game and take a deep breath and be in the semifinals and just be able to kind of I kind of asked it after the game, but I mean, is there just a sense of, I don't want to say you're playing with house money, but I mean,
no, it's because you don't get to, in our world, that all that past has nothing to do with where we are now, and so you don't take a deep breath, because you wanted that game and you wanted to be able to keep playing, and with this group, it's a different group. So, I know the fans and all that stuff talks about that, but each year's its own year, and with these guys, I really wanted it for them, because they want to play as many games as they can, and they want to keep going, and we had a tough opponent tonight. There's no last night, there's no way to slice it other than that. I mean, they're one of the best 8 seeds I've ever seen, and those, so you can play great and you could still not beat them. And I thought we did some great things tonight to be able to step up, and I mean, you saw how they made 9 out of their first 11 shots. I mean, it was all we could do to hang in there and battle through that. So proud of our guys for that. And now you don't get to take a deep breath, because you're in the tournament, and staff will be working through the night to get a game plan and get things figured out and get it all assimilated to our guys as quickly as you can and keep them fresh. So that's kind of the deal, and that's why you do play in preseason tournaments, because you like those quick turnarounds, and you like to get used to them. And I think playing in Charleston is kind of why we do those kind of things, and hopefully that helps tomorrow.
How much did maybe playing the 3 games in 5 days, when you had Air Force at home, at Utah State, at San Diego State, you threw travel in on that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that kind of makes it like this too.
It almost does, Bob, you know, that many games. And so I guess, you know, the season was so compacted because of your pause and all those kind of things. But our guys just, that's the thing. I know they'll compete. You know, they won't, I mean, the thing that you hang your hat on with these guys is no matter what the circumstances are, they'll show up and compete. Doesn't mean they'll make all their shots on that kind of thing, but they're going to show up and let the fur fly.
You had a pretty good crowd, but Wyoming obviously brought a lot of fans. I mean, you got a message for folks to get on a plane tonight or tomorrow morning and come down and?
Oh, heck yeah! It's, yeah, get them all down here. Let's go. Because it does help us. And you know, over the years, you looked at some of these. I mean, when New Mexico was rolling, when Alfred was there, they filled the whole place up, and it makes a difference. And our fans need to be loud and get after it because Wyoming will, their fans will, and I think like I always say, it helps your team. It helps influence the outcome because the energy that it brings for you.
I thought today Boise State had more fans considerably than Nevada. Did it help?
Yeah, it did, and that makes a difference. And you should have more fans as the number 1 seed. You better have more fans than the number 8 seed. I mean, let's look at it. But it's growing. I think that's maybe the most fans we've had down here, to tell you the truth. And they were great, and they were loud, and we had a lot of Bronco celebrities here.
I was gonna say your guy Kellen was here.
He was. That's pretty cool, and so I wanted for the fans to be able to keep it going for them. Now they get the excitement. We get a whole nother day here, and that's all that you're guaranteed is one more game, and you got to just let the fur fly, like I said, and see what happens.